Look up on a clear night, and the universe looks almost gentle. A scattering of quiet lights. Soft, distant, still. You feel small, but in a comfortable way. The kind of small that fits inside a photograph. But the night is hiding something. Out there in the dark is an object so vast, so violent, so utterly beyond human scale, that to truly understand it is to feel the floor fall away beneath you. Its name is TON 618, and it is the largest single object we have ever found. Tonight, we are going to walk toward it, slowly, until the comfortable smallness you feel becomes something else entirely. Because the gentle night is a kind of mercy. It only shows you the things that let you sleep. It did not announce itself as a monster. When astronomers first catalogued it decades ago, it looked like nothing more than a faint blue star. A small smudge of light among millions. For years, that is all it was. A dot, a footnote, a point of light no one thought twice about. But that dot was lying about its size. It was lying about its distance. It was lying about what it truly was. Because TON 618 is not a star at all. It never was. The faint blue glow was not the light of a sun burning calmly in the dark. It was something far older and far more violent. It was the light of matter screaming as it died. And once astronomers measured it properly, once they understood how far that light had traveled to reach us, the small blue dot became one of the most terrifying objects ever discovered. To understand what we are looking at, we have to start with something familiar and then break it. Picture our sun. 1 million Earths could fit inside it. It is so large that it holds the entire solar system in place with its gravity. Now picture the black hole at the center of our own galaxy, Sagittarius A star. It holds the mass of 4 million suns, crushed into a single dark point. That alone is almost impossible to imagine. It is the silent anchor our entire galaxy turns around. Now forget it, because next to TON 618, our black hole is a grain of dust. TON 618 holds the mass of roughly 40 billion suns. Not 4 million, 40 billion. It is 10,000 times heavier than the giant at the heart of the Milky Way. There is no honest way to picture this. The human mind was built to count members of a tribe, to judge the weight of a stone in the hand. It was never built to hold the weight of 40 billion stars, poured into a single throat in the dark. So let us try to picture its size, and fail just as completely. The edge of a black hole is called the event horizon, the point of no return. It is not a wall you could touch or a surface you could land on. It is simply a line in empty space, beyond which the future points in only one direction: inward. Cross it, and nothing comes back. Not a signal, not a particle of light, not you. For TON 618, that edge is almost beyond comprehension. It is not the size of a planet. It is not the size of a star. Its event horizon is wider than our entire solar system. If you placed it where our sun is, the darkness would swallow Mercury in an instant, then Earth, then Jupiter, then Neptune, And it would keep going, far past the edge of everything we have ever called home. Light itself, the fastest thing that exists, would need weeks to cross from one side of this single object to the other. Weeks to traverse a single point in space. And strangely, if you fell through that edge, you might feel nothing at all. For a black hole this enormous, the horizon is gentle. No violent wall, no sudden tearing, just a quiet, invisible threshold slipping past you in the dark. By the time you realized you had crossed it, the universe behind you would already be sealed away forever. And around that threshold, reality itself begins to bend. Space stretches, time slows. Light from the distant stars bends around the darkness, wrapping the black sphere in a thin, glowing ring. The closer you drift, the stranger it becomes. Time outside speeds up, the cosmos races ahead. And you, falling, would feel the seconds stretch toward forever. This is what TON 618 truly is. Not just a large thing, a place where size and space and time lose their meaning. A hole in the universe so wide that light grows tired crossing it, so deep that time forgets how to move. And it is out there right now, turning silently in the dark, holding everything that is. And here is the part that should make you uneasy. This is not a calm thing, sitting quietly in the dark. A black hole this large feeds constantly, endlessly. Gas, dust, the shredded remains of entire stars spiral inward, pulled toward the edge. And as they fall, they do not go quietly. The matter is stretched, compressed, and torn apart. Friction heats it to millions of degrees until it glows white hot, forming a vast, blazing disk that wraps around the darkness. This is the accretion disk, a whirlpool of dying matter hundreds of light years across, spinning at a fraction of the speed of light. And it shines. It shines with a fury that is almost impossible to describe. This is why TON 618 was ever visible at all. From across 12 billion light years, that light still reached our telescopes, and we mistook it for a faint blue star. But it was not a star. It was an accretion disk the size of a galaxy, burning with the light of 100 trillion suns. Let that settle for a moment. The single brightest object we have ever found is not a star. It is not a galaxy. It is a black hole in the act of feeding. We call these objects quasars. And TON 618 is one of the brightest quasars that has ever existed. It outshines every star in its host galaxy combined. It is a beacon so powerful that it can be seen from almost the very edge of the observable universe. And this is the strange, terrible beauty of it. The darkest possible object wrapped in the brightest possible light. It destroys and it shines. And it has been shining like this, silently, for longer than the Earth has existed. Now look at where it is. TON 618 is not nearby. The light reaching your eyes tonight left that object more than 10 billion years ago. 10 billion years. It began its journey when the universe was young. When the Earth did not exist. When the sun had not yet been born. When there was no one anywhere to look up and wonder. That light crossed an expanding cosmos for 10 billion years. And only now, tonight, does it finally arrive. So you are not seeing Ton 618 as it is. You are seeing a ghost. A photograph of a monster from the dawn of time. What it has become in the 10 billion years since, we cannot know. Whether it grew larger still, or fell silent and dark. And that raises a question that quietly unsettles the people who study these things. Ton 618 was already a giant when the universe was barely getting started. There may not have been enough time in those early years for a black hole to grow this big by feeding alone. And yet, there it is. Some scientists believe these giants did not begin as stars at all. They think enormous clouds of gas collapsed directly into black holes, born massive, born hungry. Others believe countless black holes merged in the crowded dark of the young cosmos, joining again and again until something unthinkable remains. The truth is, we are still guessing. We are standing at the very edge of our own knowledge, looking at something ancient, something from the very beginning, and admitting that we do not fully understand how it came to be. The universe, it seems, was building things we still cannot explain, long before we ever arrived to ask the questions. So what do we do with an object like this? It changes nothing about your morning. It will not touch the earth. It cannot reach you. By every practical measure, Ton 618 does not matter to a single human life. And yet it matters enormously, in a way that is harder to name, because it marks the true edge of human scale. It is the place where our instincts about big and small simply stop working. About heavy and light. About safe and dangerous. It is a reminder, written in gravity and light, that the universe is not built to our size. And never was. The next time you stand under a clear night sky and feel that comfortable smallness, remember this. Somewhere out in that quiet dark, an object 40 billion times the mass of our sun is turning slowly in the cold. Wider than our whole solar system. Brighter than a galaxy. Older than the Earth. Swallowing light, keeping its secrets. It was there long before us. It will be there long after. And it has never once known that we exist. The night is not gentle. We only see the parts of it that let us sleep. Thank you for looking into the dark with us. Stay curious and keep looking up.